The last time we did this, I was miserable, honestly.
Ash is just hiking up and thinking, I just wasn't made for these times. This is so
like,
hard.
Why am I doing this to myself?
This is the Exploring the National Parks podcast with Dirt in My Shoes. My name is Ash, and I'm a former park ranger and the founder of Dirt in My Shoes. I think that the parks are best seen from the trail, and I'm here to make national park trip planning easy.
And I'm John. I carry the kids on the trails, I tell stories, and notice all the things that Ash doesn't care about much, like rocks.
Join us as we show you around America's spectacular national parks.
We're sharing our favorite places, fun facts, adventures, and misadventures.
And we'll even throw in a little trip planning.
Let's start exploring.
Well, we're back. You just can't keep us away. We have more parks to talk about. So,
so many.
We wanted to jump back in and, I don't know, start with the park that is the smallest and easiest to navigate, I guess.
Oh my gosh, this park is so funny. Like when you look at the map, you're just like, oh, that is the only way in.
That's it. That's it. But I wanted to say, so I love how much of a national park nerd I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very much a national park nerd. I'm pretty obsessed.
I love it too.
So I was flying and I couldn't remember why I was flying by myself, but I was going from Salt Lake City to Dallas, I think, or somewhere down in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Why was I by myself, John? I don't know. But I'm a window seater all the way.
Right.
I will just sit for hours on end looking out the window of an airplane.
Mm-hmm.
So I was flying and I was by myself, so I wasn't having to wrangle my kids or anything. And I was just sitting looking out the window and I looked down and I'm like, that looks like Great Sand Dunes.
Mm-hmm.
I was flying right over Great Sand Dunes. And I knew it was because we've been enough times that I know the geography of that park in that area. And it's very recognizable. Like if you know
what you're
looking for.
Yeah.
Because when you get to the park, you're like, okay, so there's these giant sand dunes and they are giant. They're the tallest in North America, right?
Right.
But then they are just dwarfed by these massive mountains on the one side. And then on the other side, it's just nothing.
Yeah.
For miles, forever. And so anyway.
I love that you're bringing this up, by the way, because if you listen to the Fun Facts episode, we're going to talk a lot about this.
Yes.
And it's so cool.
Well, because the way that it's laid out is why the dunes are there in the first place. So we're definitely going to have to talk about this. But I was just I don't know. I was sitting in the airplane looking down and I was just looking at Great Sand Dunes from the air and being like, oh yeah, there's the park road. I can see it. And I was like, I am just the coolest nerd in the world. I love that everybody else is just going about their business. And I'm sitting there who can I tell about this? Dudes, we're totally flying over Great Sand Dunes National Park right now. Nobody cared but me, but it was so cool.
That is so cool. And especially to see it from the sky like that. Could you see the different and distinct dunes? Were you
yeah. You could tell they were dunes. Yeah, it was awesome. I'm really good at recognizing stuff like that, though, because I take in so many details when we go on these trips. Like the other day, I was at my friend's house and I was looking at her family pictures and I was like, hey, I recognize that fence. Mm-hmm. And she's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that fence. I love that fence. I have a video of that fence from Rocky Mountain National Park.
Yes.
I was like, it's on the Grand Lake side. It's the trail to Adams Falls. And she just looks at me like, you are the weirdest person I have ever met. And I was like, but am I right? And she goes, yeah, we went to Grand Lake last summer and got our family pictures taken there.
That's awesome.
Anyway.
That fence is pretty distinct.
Only if you are really weird about fences, which I also am. It was a buck and rail and I love it. And anyway.
So funny.
I know. So I got to see Great Sand Dunes from the air. Now we're going to take you down to the ground. Mm-hmm. We're going to drive the one very small park road and talk about what there is to do in this national park. First of all, we should say this, John. Great Sand Dunes is in Colorado.
It is. And it's in between two amazing mountain ranges in a giant valley. And the first time you see it, sometimes you wonder to yourself if you're seeing a mirage. Because sometimes it's like, if in these big mountain valleys, sometimes you can see a mirage. And I remember seeing it for the first time and being like, wait a second, double take. Am I sure this is what I'm seeing?
Is
and
this
then
real? Yeah.
it was. Right as you pass, I think it's the alligator farm or whatever that they have.
It depends it depends which way you come in. We've come in from different ways and it's all sparse until you get closer to the dunes. But
And yes, there is an alligator like zoo petting. There is some type of alligator business.
We have not stopped. That's what we're saying. If you've been there, let us know what it actually is. We're like, that seems random.
It feels like a business that shouldn't be there, and if you do, people never see you again.
Yeah.
If you stop there.
But what's cool about this area, I don't think a lot of people realize this. So you're actually at 8,200 feet above sea level at this part. So you are at a very high elevation. It's flat, down where you are. And then you have the Sangre de Cristo mountain range right up against it. And those, like, you're looking towards, like, the Crestones are up there, which is a big group of craggly 14ers. And a lot of the other mountains you're seeing are really close to that 14,000 feet above sea level height.
You've got Blanca Peak right there, which is just to the south of the park boundary. That's the fourth highest peak in the lower 48. And it's at 14,300 feet. And so it's crazy high.
Yeah, so you have these huge mountain peaks that are some of the tallest in the country, surrounding on one side the highest sand dunes in North America.
It's so cool.
It's just an amazing effect when you get there, and wow, just wow. So many big things in this small national park.
I know. It's so neat.
Okay, so let's jump in. We're laughing because the park road is so short. And
it's a stub of a road.
A lot of the park is wilderness area, so that means it's undeveloped. There's not very much to do in way of development in this national park. So you're coming in, kind of as we mentioned, like there's a few different pretty flat ways in from the prairie part over. But kind of the main gateway town to this park is called Alamosa. And you can find some amenities here, but we like to just stay closer to the park because even though Alamosa would be considered the main gateway town, it's still pretty far away. And where the park is so small, it's like, why not just stay right there? Right. Instead of adding a whole bunch of drive time staying outside. Yeah. So we do like to stay in the park for this one or just outside of it. The park itself has one campground, the Pinyon Flats campground. And that one's really nice. That's where our son sat on a cactus when he was a baby. And we spent the good part of an afternoon tweezing cactus needles out of his behind.
It was pretty rough, but I will say, worth the view, not of the bottom. I realized as I was saying it, I was like, not that view, different view. I think this campground has one of the best views, like in the Park Service, in terms of like folk being able to see the main event.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's up a little bit higher out of the valley, and almost every site you can just see the dunes.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. And we've been there at times like after rain or maybe after a little bit of snow, and the way that the water kind of gets into the sand, you get like striped looks.
Yeah, they were like tiger striped sand dunes as the water evaporated and stuff. But we got to see all that just right from our campsite.
I know.
So
it's awesome.
That's a really cool campground.
It is cool. It's really fun.
The other option, though, is just to go right outside of the park. And that's where you'll find the Great Sand Dunes Lodge. And this is, I would say lodge is a stretch of a word to describe this place.
It's like
It's like a motel.
Yeah.
It's just a little motel right outside of the park.
Exactly.
Very basic amenities, nothing fancy at all, but you're just right there. And this is where you get those sand sled rentals too. So it's just really conveniently located. And we've stayed here and it's fine. You can see the dunes from your room too. If you're lucky.
The sunsets can be so pretty from here.
It is. It's nothing special, but it gets the job done. So
yeah. I feel like that's the story with most national park lodges in the first place.
Yeah, but I mean this one a little bit more. You're not getting anything fancy. And then we've also pulled our RV into the Oasis, which is right there, just a little RV park. And it's nothing special, but again, like the location is really good for this one. So
yeah,
that's where we usually stay. And if you're visiting the park, you're probably not going to be there for very long. So I would just go right up into that area, just stay right up where the park is, since there's not a lot to do in the park. And a lot of people are coming for the same reason. It is nice to just be right there and to be able to come in and out and to come and go as you please and be super close so that you can get the parking and stuff too. So that's what we prefer. And then, and then you're just coming into the park from like the lodge and going through the entrance station, and then you'll hit the visitor center.
The visitor center is great too. What's interesting is like all of this stuff, it's not that long of a road and a lot of the views are pretty similar, but some of our favorite pictures are from this parking lot.
Yeah, or just south of it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times we'll just pull off to the side of the road, kind of between the entrance station and the visitor center. And that's where we get a lot of our great sand dunes pictures.
Yeah.
So
there's not really specific overlooks or anything like that because there's not a lot of space in this short road for them to have that.
Yeah, but we've watched the sunset from out there. And some of my very favorite pictures I've ever taken in that park are from the road out there before you get closer to the dunes.
Yeah.
So, but the visitor center is nice. They have all the exhibits and stuff like that. They have a gift shop, all the things. That's really where you're going to get, like, if you want to go to the bathroom or get water or anything before you head to the dunes, you're going to want to do that at the visitor center because there just really aren't very many amenities in this park.
Right.
That's pretty much it. You've got the visitor center.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Stuff in there. It's a really nice visitor center. Like the back deck, you can go out and you can get a really pretty view of the dunes from back there too.
And they have an exhibit in the visitor center that is perfect for one of our fun facts in the fun facts episode. And so I think it's going to have to do with magnetism. So just a little teaser there. Just wanted to plug it.
Great. Thank you. Okay, and then after that, as you keep driving on the park road, so you're almost to the end of the park road at this point. But one trail that I really like that I think a lot of people overlook is the Montville Nature Trail. Because when you go to Great Sand Dunes, you're thinking, I'm going to get dunes, and that's what I'm going to do, right?
Right.
The first time we went, I did not realize that you're that close to the mountains and that there's kind of some mountainy things that you can do as well. And so I really like this nature trail because it takes you up into the mountain side of the park that a lot of people don't bother to see. But it's a beautiful trail, nice and quiet. If you're looking for just something else to do, that's a really good option.
Exactly. And it's kind of interesting too, because the ecosystems in this area are so varied because you go from the sand dunes, then you go up into like a small step, but then you're straight into these 14,000 foot peaks. And so you get like a mixture of everything on some of these trails that you go on. It's like you're seeing really, really deserty plants, but you're also kind of seeing in a wetter spot, you might see like wait a second, that should be alpine.
There's a pine tree out there or something. Yeah,
exactly.
Like,
and you're also getting like manzanita and stuff like that in there too. And it's like, there's these like that nature trail and some of these other smaller ones are just like a mixture of so many cool things. I really enjoy it.
Yeah. And then just right after that nature trail is where you're going to see that left-hand turn into the dunes parking. And this is the hub of the park.
This is the place you want to be.
Yes, this is what you came for.
And this is where we also begin a quick game. We're going to play a quick game here.
Yay.
I thought this would be fun. We, a while ago in one of our other episodes, Joshua Tree, I kind of did this and it was pretty fun. Where I told Ash the band, U2, and I was going to try to sneak in the titles of the songs into the conversation. And it was pretty fun.
Because the album was named Joshua Tree.
Exactly.
It did relate, but U2's not my favorite,
So I got a bunch past her, and that's how I scored points. So now, this time around, I'm not going to tell you the band. I'm just going to go through the songs, and you win if you guess the band.
Okay.
And it's just one band, but I just have a whole bunch of their songs here, and I'm going to try to sneak it in.
It's a band I know.
It's a band you know.
Okay.
For sure. And it'll be kind of fun. But we'll just keep talking about the sand dunes and have a bunch of fun, and I'll sneak in a couple here and there. And if you catch them and if you get the band, you win. So
Okay.
it's a pass, fail,
back at
grade.
your friend out there who probably will pick up on this faster than I will. Play along with me.
Yeah, it'll be fun. This will be fun, if you ask me. And so we'll go on to the sand dunes.
Fun. Isn't that a Beach Boys song?
Dang it! I got greedy. I went way too fast. All right. Well, maybe we have to change the game up now because you guessed it so early.
So I have to, do you need me to recognize when you say a song name?
Yep, that's how we have to play now.
Okay.
Congratulations.
I win!
You win, and now we are going for the...
I grew up in a family that always listened to the Beach Boys. My parents love the Beach Boys. I even made a dance up to California Girls.
Did you really?
Yes.
I would like to see
I
that.
performed for people.
I would like...
I know. I was probably like 12, 13, 14, somewhere in there.
Oh my gosh. Do it again, Ash. Do it again.
I don't remember it. We probably have video of it somewhere, though.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay. So by the time we finish, we'll have tallied up how many I snuck past you and how many you caught.
All right.
All right. We'll do that.
Okay.
Good job.
Sounds good. And you might be wondering why you chose the Beach Boys. And it does relate to the sand dunes.
It sure does.
So,
Because this is Colorado's beach.
yeah.
Honestly, it's so fun.
Okay, so what's cool is when you get into, so you'll park at the dunes parking, and this is where you access the dunes. So if you want to do anything on the dunes, you're going to park here at the parking lot. And then you walk through mosquito-infested bushes to get to the sand.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It
can be so bad.
It's like if you've ever seen Galaxy Quest and they have to go through the chompers at the end of the movie, getting through from the parking lot to the dunes is the chompers where you're going through. It's just like you're getting attacked from all sides and you have to make it through the gauntlet.
You have to bring bug spray.
Yes.
And you have to put it on in the parking lot. And it seems so counterintuitive because you're like, this feels weird. But then as soon as you approach those bushes, I mean, we're talking Alaska level mosquitoes here. They're big and they swarm and they're all over you. You will be miserable if you don't bring bug spray.
They're so aggressive. It's the only beach that you have to do bug spray and sunscreen.
So make sure you bring the bug spray and then you'll sprint through these bushes to get out to the sand.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the sand, if you're lucky, Medano Creek will be running
Yes.
through the sand, making a beach.
Yes. Oh, and it's so fun. And Medano Creek, it's this cute little creek. I call it cute, but really it's pretty powerful at times, different times of the year. But it comes out of the mountains and it kind of just skirts the boundary of the sand dunes. And as it comes down to this section, it starts to braid off into different pieces. And so it creates this really wide beachscape, basically, where you can be in the water like only a couple inches of water sometimes. So it's just kind of fun. And you don't have to ever worry about your kids being knocked over by a giant wave or anything like that. It's just really fun water sand time.
We spend hours just running through the water and the sand. And it's cool because it like surges forward for a minute and then kind of backs off and then surges and backs off. I don't know I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah, and well, you can also hear it too. And so like every like 20, 25 seconds or so, it's like you're catching a wave. You know?
A wave for ants.
I love the Zoolander quote right there. What is this? A wave for ants? So good. Oh yeah, but you're definitely going to catch a wave with this. It's just so much
That's
fun.
a Beach Boys song.
Dang it. I said catching a wave and I was like,
Doesn't count.
That doesn't count. All right.
So we do that for hours. We love it. You do need to time it right because it's spring runoff from the mountains. And so typically by the end of May is when it's going to peak most of the time.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit before, maybe a little after. This is by far the busiest time in the park. And if you come to the national park at this time, it's going to be insanely crowded.
Yes, which is why staying close to the park so that you can get in and get good parking really benefits you this time.
Yeah, so a lot of times we'll come in and we'll get the parking first thing in the morning, and then we'll go hike straight from that parking lot. We'll go hike on the dunes and sled down the dunes and stuff like that. We'll do our dune activities, and then we'll hang out at the creek in the afternoon when it's a little bit hotter.
Yeah.
And that works really well. Then we don't lose our parking spot because this is really just the main thing to do. So you can just park your car and do a whole bunch of things from here
Right.
for the day. I forgot to mention before when we were talking about lodging, the lodge has a restaurant, but that's about it.
Right.
So you are going to want to come in with groceries. The reason that tripped my brain was because I was like, oh yeah, well, on your dune day, when you come to park at the dunes, bring your lunch, make a day out of it.
Yeah.
If it's not very busy at the park, you don't have to do that. But if you're there, especially during Medano Creek main runoff time, make sure you bring all the food you need for your day and just stay there and play in the sand.
Yeah. And should the lunch be eaten in the parking lot, or should they plan on taking it to the water?
I personally don't like the added grit to my lunch when I'm on the sand. So
the reason I bring that up is because I remember the
there's
mosquitoes.
no garbage cans too.
Yeah, it's pack in, pack out, but also some of the mosquitoes, they can still get you in the parking lot too. So if you're planning on eating on the back of your truck, it can be
not great.
Not great.
I personally would eat next to the creek.
Yes.
Bring some food, bring some chairs, hang out by the creek, play in the water, eat your snacks. Just make sure you pack everything out. So yeah, so that's, I don't know. Do you have anything else to add for Medano Creek?
I don't think so. We're going to talk a fair amount during the fun facts episode about how cool that creek is.
Yeah, just know it's so much fun. It really is. I think it's worth braving the crowds to go when the creek is running. But a lot of times we'll go maybe a little bit before peak or a little bit after, so we're not there when it's the craziest.
Yeah, exactly. But Ash, she knows me too well because she knows one of my favorite activities is people watching. And I think, do you remember one of our favorite activities of people watching when we're at Medano Creek? Do you know what I'm thinking about?
No. I mean, our kids fall a lot in the water.
Yep, that is one.
But they're our own people, so I don't think that counts.
Okay. So my favorite people watching activity is watching people who don't want to take off their shoes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because it's so funny because the creek meanders so much and the creek kind of is so shallow that it fools so many people into thinking that they can get across Medano Creek without getting their feet wet. And so you'll just watch people in their tennis shoes, but it reminds me of Gollum in like the misty marshes where he's like, I found it, a way through the marshes. Orcs don't use it. Orcs don't know it. They go round for miles and miles. And so then Gollum kind of shows the hobbits through the way through the marshes. People feel like they're Gollum and they found the way through, but I can promise you, no one has ever found a way through. And we've watched people that like try for like 10 minutes and then they just give up and they just like trudge through the water, getting their tennis shoes all wet. It's just so funny. I love that people
That's
watching
funny.
activity.
I forgot about that. People watching at its finest.
It's so good.
Okay, so after you go to the parking lot, you get down to the sand, you hit the creek. You do need to walk across the creek to access the sand dunes. So this is where if you want to go sand sledding, which I highly, highly, highly recommend,
Mm-hmm.
there's no graceful way to do this.
No.
You will look funny.
It's
I have so many videos of me like, why can I not just like slide down like a regular person? I don't know. But so you rent your sand sleds at the lodge. And they also have like sandboards, like snowboards.
mm-hmm.
Highly do not recommend if you're not good at snowboarding.
Yes. But it also comes with the specific kind of sand, like wax for the board too.
Yeah.
And so get that along with it because you'll realize that you need it. Whether you
have
get
to
a
have
board.
this- yeah, you have to have the sled or the board plus the wax in order for it to work.
Yes.
And I will say the sand sledding here, in my opinion, is better than at White Sands.
Yes.
I don't know if it's because the sleds are better or the sand is different. I'm not sure, but you go way faster at Great Sand Dunes than you do at White Sands.
Well, also, I think that
And the dunes
the
are
dunes
bigger.
are higher and
Yeah.
maybe a bit steeper too, and because they're taller.
Yeah,
And so you're able to gain a little bit more speed.
it's better. But the sleds are better because at White Sands, they're like the plastic sleds.
Yeah, exactly.
These ones are like wooden sleds. They're like legit.
They're pretty sweet. So you can have like a real surfing safari when you're here.
You can have a real surfing safari.
Good job, Ash. But yes, I totally agree. And it's a real choose your own adventure too, because if you're here with little kids like we were, you can kind of walk through the dunes, choose your own comfort level for your dune
Yeah.
and have a whole bunch of fun. But then like I had did this before as well, was like, okay, I've had enough fun on this smaller dune. I'm going to take on the big dune.
I seriously thought John was going to die. I watched him go down this huge sand dune and it was so steep
Yeah.
and he was going so fast.
Oh my gosh.
I was so
God only
nervous.
knows how fast I was going.
That's a song too. You're so funny.
But yeah, I was going so fast. I started it. And what's crazy, I got up to speed and like I was trying to control myself. But at a certain point down the dune, like the sand was mixed with a fair amount of rocks too. And so it was like hurting my hands. And eventually I got fast enough. I'm just like, whatever happens, happens. I hope I'm going to be all right. Oh man. And it was wild. It was pretty wild, but I got going so fast. That was my favorite dune. But then I didn't have enough courage to go higher than I
I'm
did
really
there.
glad you didn't because that one was high enough and it was so steep and you made me so nervous on that one.
I know. I get around the dunes and I had a whole lot of fun but we've been all over it. And there's a lot of people luckily the dunes are so vast though that not everybody has to go to one spot.
Yeah.
They kind of do, but
Well, because it's hard to walk on the sand. So the further in you go, the more you'll have it to yourself. Because most people just kind of like, they start walking and they're like, nah, this is good. I'm done.
yeah.
I'm done walking. So
Yeah.
yeah, but so that was really fun. I went down a couple and just couldn't get my sled to go very good. We have a video of my kids like pushing me down to try to get me up to speed and I still went pretty slow. So it is a choose your own adventure at that point. You can kind of decide what level of intensity you want on the dunes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true. So sledding is a huge deal. And some people, they literally just spend the whole day on the water and sand sledding.
Yeah. Or if the water's not there, just sand sledding.
Exactly.
The thing that you have to remember, though, about this park is its main park season is during the summer
Mm-hmm.
because you're at 8,200 feet above sea level, right? So it does have quite a variation of temperatures throughout the year. The problem with that, though, is for this next activity, you really have to time your hiking of the dunes better
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to be there in the summer.
Yes, because sometimes I feel like every time I hike up one of these dunes, it is so hard.
The last time we did this, I was miserable, honestly.
Ash is just hiking up and thinking, I just wasn't made for these times. This is so
like,
hard.
Why am I doing this to myself? But what you have, so you have High Dune, which is, it's not the tallest dune in the park, but it's close.
Right.
It's about 700 feet high, and there are no trails in the dunes, but you can kind of just see it from after you cross the creek and you're going up the dunes, you'll just see a really big one. And that's High Dune, and that's your goal. And there's no path, no set path to it. You just kind of make your way through the sand dunes up and up and up until you get to a place where you can get to the top of High Dune.
Right. Just kind of like how Medano Creek just kind of meanders through the landscape. You'll see a lot of different people's paths up to the top of High Dune, and you kind of just choose what looks best to you. And
the thing is it changes. So it's approximately 2.5 miles up and back to the top of this dune. But the first time we did it, I felt like it was way easier. This last time we did it, because of the way the wind had shifted the sand and stuff, like there were like bigger cliffs. I don't know if that even makes sense, but it was like there are bigger drop-offs as we were trying to get to the top.
So it all depends on the wind. We'll talk about this a little bit in the fun facts episode, but one of the reasons why the dunes are so tall is because there's battling winds. And you have winds coming from the southwest, and you have winds coming from like the northeast, and they just like build things up. And it gets taller and taller. And if there's been a lot from the southeast, or if there's been a lot from the northeast, it can create a real ledge. And and you're just like looking down
there and we're like, no.
And you're just like, Caroline, no.
What?
That's my nickname for Ash.
Caroline, no?
Caroline,
no.
Is that
a real song?
It is. It is a real song.
I've never heard of that song.
Crap.
But my name's not Caroline, so I kind of gave it away.
Exactly.
But for reals, like we got up there this last time and I was like, this is way harder than I remember. Now, also, speaking of winds, it can be pretty brutal as you're hiking up here because if it's really windy, it will like sand blast your skin.
Yes.
Which was also happening that particular time.
Yes.
So I was just like, I don't know. I found sand in every possible crevice of my body after that hike.
I will say being tall has its advantages. And in the windy sand dunes, a couple feet really helps out.
All of us shorties over here just getting blasted like crazy.
Blasted in the face, and I'm just above the fray. Oh man, you're all thinking, wouldn't it be nice to be a little taller?
Wouldn't it be nice? That's so funny. I didn't think about that. Yeah, it was okay. And then here's the other thing that made our last time hiking up to High Dune the worst. The heat.
Yes.
It was a particularly very hot day, and the sand temperature heats more than the air temperature, right? And so it can get so hot on that sand. And even though we left really early, by the time we were done, it was like you didn't even want to touch the sand. It hurt. It was hot.
Yeah.
So you do have to think about that too.
Exactly. And you're getting heat from both directions, from the sky, from the sand. You're getting sand blasted. I recommend sunglasses for sure to kind of block.
We had our buffs too that we could kind of pull up over our faces. That kind of protect your neck and lower face.
And make it so you're not breathing in so much sand too. That actually was really nice. So some good eye protection and maybe a buff to keep, depending on the weather, of course.
It's like you're in the Sahara. You just have to think that you got to cover all your skin.
Exactly. I know. It's true.
But it's not like that every time.
No.
And so that's just what you kind of have to keep in mind is the conditions are going to be different. You could do this hike 10 times and have a different experience every single time.
Right.
But words do not describe how cool it feels to be standing on one of the tallest sand dunes in North America.
I know.
Like, it really is so intense and so impressive and absolutely gorgeous. And the huge mountains behind you as you're standing on this dune just add to like you just feel so small. And I love that feeling. That's one of my favorite feelings when I'm out in the national parks, is like when I feel like just a little speck and I'm just like surrounded by all these big, beautiful things.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel at the top of High Dune, which is why I grumbled the whole way up, but I was really happy that I did it again.
Yeah.
And then when you go down, you can just like run down the dunes.
Yeah.
It's so much easier.
It's really fun.
You can roll, you can whatever you want to do, but it's like coming up is so hard, but then you get rewarded and then you just kind of get to play on the dunes on your way down, because going down's the easier part, right? And so you can kind of just, I don't know. We love to like have races to see who could get down one of the smaller dunes first. And it was much more playful and fun.
I know.
And my cursing stopped once I got to the top.
But I don't, so Ash isn't really like a mountain peak hiker. Like,
I'm not.
I
don't like being on ledges and cliffs and stuff very much.
And in some ways, because you don't like to hike on ledges and things, but you also don't like to necessarily climb to the top of peaks, that doesn't necessarily motivate you a lot. This is almost like a hiker's playground in some ways, that if you don't like heights but you love a good view, like this is really fun, because in some ways falling down is not a big deal, and so you can be on these ledges, you can fall, you can but you also get an amazing view of the landscape is incredible.
Well, so I mentioned the mountains, the big mountains behind you, but honestly, you're also at such a cool vantage point to see the dunes beyond you, right? And so the tallest dune in the park, Star Dune, it's out there.
Yep.
You can see the top of it from High Dune. But you just can really get a better sense of like the immensity of the dune field,
right,
and what's out there too. But yeah, I mean, to John's point, I'm not like super sure-footed. And so that's why I don't really love like doing the more intense mountain peak bagging. That's not really fun for me at all.
Right.
But everybody looks pretty dumb hiking on sand. So it's like,
true.
It doesn't matter if you're sure-footed or not. When the sand is moving underneath you, it's like none of us really are up here, and
I know.
It just adds an extra level of fun.
It is.
And I think that's what I love about sand dunes, is like everything at sand dunes just kind of like elevates the fun.
Yes. And my kids love rolling around and like sliding down, even in their hiking shoes and everything like that, getting sand and everything. And it's fun for the whole family.
Yeah.
It's hard. We definitely don't want to minimize how hard it is to hike up the dunes. And I think we did a good job of it.
Well, I rarely complain about hikes.
Oh my gosh.
But like that one, I was just like, no. Never doing it again. But I will.
Ash is always just like, help me, Rhonda. Come on up.
My name's not Rhonda.
It's just a saying. It's
Right.
like
Yeah.
bye, Felicia. It's like, help me, Rhonda.
Help me, Rhonda.
Dang it,
Help me, Rhonda.
But I love like the view when you're high in these dunes, because it's really like the dunes are so massive. You get these massive wave like formations, and you almost can't believe how far down it goes, because if you've ever tried to make a sand castle on the beach, you know how hard it is to pile up sand and make, without it just sliding out of the way and flattening out. But these are massive waves of dunes, and you're at the top. And when you're at the top of High Dune, you can realize how vast the whole dune system is. And then you've got the big giant mountains that even dwarf the dunes. And you're just like, this place is wild.
Yeah.
It is wild, honey. And it is.
I don't know what that song is, but you never call me honey. So.
But it is so cool to be up there. I really like it.
So that's the dunes area. And then if you keep driving, you'll get to the campground. You'll also get to the Medano Pass Primitive Road, which is a 4-wheel drive road.
Mm-hmm.
You can drive down it for a second just in your regular vehicle, but
It's risky.
yeah, to go very far, well, because driving in sand,
Yeah.
you know, you got to be careful. So but that road actually helps you access that mountainous area of the park. So that's there. We've never done it because we usually just go for the dunes. But if you're going to be there for a few days, you can rent a Jeep in the nearby area and you can go up there.
There's actually a really cool parking lot back there with like the best name. It's called the Point of No Return. And we actually, because the roads are so sandy that it's actually really risky sometimes to take a vehicle that can't handle it, and you can get stranded out there really easy. So we actually hiked to the Point of No Return parking lot, and we got a little bit of a different view of the sand dunes from kind of the far side that most people can't see unless you drive out there or hike out there like we did. It was really cool.
It is. It's really pretty out there, but you definitely need to have the right gear, the right vehicle to get out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so in summary, because that's the park,
Right.
basically. In summary, like my perfect day at Great Sand Dunes looks like getting up early, renting my sand sled, packing my food, and going straight to the dunes parking
Mm-hmm.
first thing in the morning. And then I will hike to High Dune first before it gets too hot and before the afternoon winds pick up and all that. So park at the dunes parking, hike to High Dune, come back down, grab your sand sleds and play in the sand, you know, go sand sledding, play in the creek if it's there, and just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
That can take all day, honestly, because hiking to High Dune does take a while since you're slogging through sand.
Right.
So that to me, honestly, is the perfect day at Great Sand Dunes. And then we will always, always, always go back out for sunset somewhere
Right.
because the sunsets here are just phenomenal.
Yeah.
And so whether that's the stretch of road as you're going into the park and just pulling off at one of the little pull-out spots, or going, you know, actually being in the dunes, again, going back to the dunes parking and going in there, or, you know, doing a hike or staying at the campground or whatever, just make sure you get outside to see the sunset while you're there. That to me is the perfect day at Great Sand Dunes.
Right.
If you have extra time, if you have another half day or another day, then that's when I would add in, if you want to drive the Medano Pass because you rented a Jeep or something, you know, you could do that. Right outside of the park to the south is Zapata Falls.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really cool waterfall. It's not very hard to hike to. What takes the longest is driving to the trailhead. Do you remember that road?
It was
crazy.
Crazy. Oh my gosh.
A lot of switchbacks forever.
And really rough road.
Yeah.
Like it was really bumpy, not just like washboard, but like rocks in the road that you kind of.
But people love Zapata Falls. I mean, that's honestly, you'll see it thrown out there with activities with Great Sand Dunes.
Yeah.
People will always say, oh, make sure you don't miss Zapata Falls. I think it's lovely. I think it's wonderful, but I would not go there instead of doing those other things that make up my perfect day
Right.
in Great Sand Dunes.
Right.
So
Exactly.
if you have more time, great. If not, I would mostly just stick to the dunes parking and do the three main activities there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. This might be a future thing because we haven't actually done this, but it could be something that's really cool in the future. Buffalo at Great Sand Dunes.
What?
Yes. Okay. So
That's like not an activity. So,
it's not really an activity.
Okay.
Okay. So let me explain real quick. On the southwest side of the park, near County Road 6, there's some land owned by the Nature Conservancy, and they've been working with the National Park Service over the past, I think it's like 15 years or so, and they've been developing a buffalo herd that they have kind of been testing in some of this area, and so they may in the future be releasing or curating like a buffalo herd for Great Sand Dunes
Oh, really?
that you will be able to see kind of in this area. So they still have this, the Nature Conservancy still owns this land down there, and you might be able to see some buffalo, like maybe as you're driving along the highway, that could be released into the park.
Ooh.
And then we could have like a herd larger than you have at like Teddy Roosevelt and stuff like that. Or, like a Yellowstone-esque, type of buffalo herd,
Interesting.
which could be really cool because Great Sand Dunes has actually got so much grassland.
It's true.
How cool would it be to have a buffalo herd that you can see from this south section of the park? Because they really probably wouldn't go much into the sand dunes. You'd have to see them in the grassy sections. So
Yeah.
anyways,
Interesting.
it's not really something you can take advantage of now, but in the future, if you're, people listening, if you're going to the park, there's a chance that you might be able to see buffalo, and I want you to know where they came from. And so it's kind of fun.
We love this national park. It truly is just like, I think for me, it brings out my childlike excitement
Yeah.
more than a lot of other parks. And so it's just really fun to have this time, and it can be pretty unstructured time where you're just enjoying being out in nature with the people you love and doing fun, crazy things that you don't get to do at home. And,
Yeah.
it really is a wonderful, wonderful family vacation. We love it.
It's a playground.
yeah.
It's a sandy playground.
Yep. So if you want to learn more about how to add this park into your schedule, we have a full Colorado National Park road trip episode, and we'll kind of talk to you about like how to see this national park. Because again, it doesn't need a ton of time. Like, where do you add it in? What if you want to do other national parks during the same trip? So we'll link that in the show notes, and then just make sure you get out here because it really is a ton of fun. And make sure you join us on our Fun Facts episode next, because
Right.
that episode really, today we were just talking about the things to do, but that one's going to make you really appreciate what you're seeing while you're out here having fun.
Yes. And there's so much to appreciate. There's a lot of good vibrations here with this park.
Oh my gosh.
And
Yeah, well, how did I do?
you crushed me, by the way. I only got 4 past you.
Which ones?
Caroline, no.
No, I caught that one. Oh.
I'm just kidding. Help me, Rhonda. I totally squeezed past you. No, I just wasn't made for these times.
Okay.
Do it again. She knows me too well, and I get around. You caught me. You caught me on good vibrations, obviously. Wouldn't it be nice? God only knows. Fun, fun, fun. Help me, Rhonda. Surf and safari. Catch a wave. Wild honey. Because I don't call you honey. Sometimes I call you honey.
No,
No?
you never call me honey.
Ah, darn. Well, I'm going to start just for these types of situations.
The only one that got past me that I do know is the I get around.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I've never, those are some deep tracks in there.
I think I had to go deep in order to get them past you. Plus the Beach Boys have a lot of girl names in their titles, which makes it way harder.
That's all they were thinking about. Beaches and girls, surfing and girls.
Which is perfect for this park.
Oh my gosh. If you enjoyed the episode today, please leave us a 5-star review. We love hearing from you. And, write us a little note because we read through them all.
Right.
You guys are the best.
You are the
Truly.
best.
We love it. We're glad to be back recording new episodes for you. We're glad to be nerdy about the national parks with you. So,
I love
hopefully-
nerdiness. So much nerdiness.
Hopefully we'll see you out on the trail in Great Sand Dunes National Park.